channel. Today I am filming a weeks 10 to 12 update, pregnancy update. I'm not going to get rambling, I'm just going to get stuck in. So weeks 10, I actually don't have many for this week. I think it was actually quite a good week for me, week 10. I had breathlessness. Definitely noticed that. Like, I'm pretty sure I filmed a video as well and I just was completely stumbling over myself and had to keep having a break because the breathlessness was just unreal. So sort of like even just walking upstairs and I was like, oh, I'm so out of breath. Appetite increase, however food still not massively appealing. So before this I'd really struggled with food and nausea was just awful. My appetite just disappeared. I was losing weight no end. But this week the appetite, I had a slight appetite increase. However the food was still not massively appealing. I've written, I just crave salmon pasta. So this is quite ironic because we've got an Italian just down the road from us and obviously during COVID they've been doing takeaways. And we had a takeaway from there, and I had like the linguine, if that's even how you say it, the linguine salmon. Oh, it was so good, but it was the one thing that I couldn't eat when I was pregnant with Delilah, so it's so funny how it's so different this time. I'm just craving that the whole week. So that's all I've got for weeks 10. So week 11, increased saliva. So I don't know if that's normal for everyone else, but yeah, increased saliva, decrease in nausea, still there, just less. So I was definitely feeling much better weeks 10 and 11. On top of the world, I was so happy that I was thinking, yes, this is it, sort of turning a corner and things are starting to get better in the nausea department and appetite. Sharp cramps if I move too fast or sneeze, etc. So I think they're called, I'm not sure if these ones are called round ligament pain, I think. So if you sneeze, you're like, ah, and it's just sort of a really sharp cramp. Just for a few seconds and then it'll go. But yeah, I remember getting that with Delilah. Needing to pee all the time. So constant need to go to the toilet, need to pee. Scan 11+6, window to the womb. Oh yeah, so because of COVID then you couldn't have your partner come with you to the 12-week scan. Well, where we live anyway, in Wales. Don't know if it's just this hospital or if I think they vary. I think some of the rules sort of, it's been left to the hospitals to decide on a few things, and ours unfortunately just didn't allow Jake to be able to be there at the 12-week scan. They were allowing at the 20-week scan, I think, because that's more in detail and it's like a longer scan. However, I was just like, we were so worried because I'd had the bleeding and everything, sort of had quite a few bouts of bleeding. We were just kind of thinking that it's kind of the wrong way round in a way, because you want your partner's support or someone's support at a 12-week scan, because if you're told bad news, for instance, then you're going to want someone there. I'm not saying that you're not likely to get bad news at a 20-week scan, but I think the chances are a lot less when by the time that you get to a 20-week scan. So yeah, I don't know, we were a bit worried about that, so we did book a private scan so that we could see it together, and just double check that everything was obviously okay, which it thankfully was. It was lovely. We even were allowed, the rules actually changed just, I think it was like the week before we went to the window to the womb scan, and we were able to take Delilah, which was really nice. They opened the rules again so that children were allowed to come with you. She was good as gold. And Jake was like, look up there, look at the scan, see those two little round things? Obviously one's the head and one's the body. And she was like, there's two! I was like, no, there's definitely only one, thankfully. But yeah, that was lovely. What else have I got? Stiff neck, headaches. I had awful headaches with Delilah, and again, I think I mentioned them in my last video, my last pregnancy update. Yeah, just headaches, stiff neck. Yeah, I'd wake up with a really, really stiff neck, and it just wouldn't leave. It'd be there all day, and then I don't know if I got headaches because of that or if it was all just linked, no idea. 12 weeks, the first thing I've written is headaches with a load of exclamation marks. So headaches are kind of just one of those for me in pregnancy. I just tend to get them really bad, and they are awful and they just won't go away. Take paracetamol and they're just there. They're just there. They just don't go. Round ligament pain again. Nausea, been a little worse this week. Lost more weight, only able to eat small. So I thought it was getting better, but it hit me again, 12 weeks. And yeah, because I remember 12 weeks, I had my 12-week scan. So we are in the UK. We have our first scan at 12 weeks. Obviously we booked the window to the womb one, the end of 11 weeks. But 12-week scan is our hospital sort of NHS first scan. Unless there's anything, sort of any problems or concerns, then you will possibly be booked an earlier scan. And I remember when I got weighed, so this was, when was that? When did I have my scan in that week? I can't remember, but I remember they weighed me and I'd actually put on a couple of pounds, which I was quite shocked at but I'm assuming then it's weeks 10 and 11. I had no nausea and I got a bit of my appetite back and I was able to actually eat more, so I'm assuming my body was like, yes, give it all to me. So on the 12 weeks when I got weighed in the hospital, I was actually a few pounds up. But then towards the end of the week, nausea hit me again, which I was gutted about, and then I started to lose weight again. What else have I got here? No appetite towards the end of the week. Sleeping a little better, still waking up for a pee, but I'm able to get back to sleep. So I think before now, I was just waking up to go to the toilet, and it's like insomnia would hit me. I just couldn't get back to sleep, and I was just, some nights it'd feel like I'd been awake all night. Scan, a very wriggly, happy, healthy baby. So yes, we have a very, very wriggly baby. It was a very wriggly and active baby in the window to the womb scan, and again at the hospital she was sort of struggling to get measurements because baby was just moving so much. I'll show you my scan now. I'll see if I can hold the, I don't know if there's actually any information on here that you shouldn't see, so I'll just put my hands over it or I'll blur it out somehow. So this is the scan. Her printer was actually not working, so let me stand up, see if I can get that properly. So her printer wasn't actually working properly, so she it was only printing small ones or big ones, so I actually got really lucky and she was like, oh, I'll print you an extra big one, especially because your husband can't be here today. So yeah, we got this lovely scan. We're not finding out the gender, obviously that's not until week 20, but we're not finding out the gender this time round, so that's really exciting. I thought we would sort of be on the fence with it, thinking, oh, I'm tempted to find out, shall we find out, shall we not? But we are both on the same like page with it, not finding out at all. We're so excited not to know. Yeah, and I just think it gives you that little bit of excitement right the way up until the end. Not that it's not exciting, but it's just another little added bonus to have at the end. Yeah, and I thought because we already have a girl, we already have Delilah, who is 3, well, will be 4 in November. I thought I would really want a boy, but I really like, I was gonna say I really don't, that sounds awful. It's not that I don't want a boy at all, I'm just completely like, either way, I'm so happy, because I'm just like, imagine a little girl in, another little girl in Delilah's little old sleep suits and outfits and stuff. It would be so adorable, and Delilah growing up with a little sister. But then on another note, I'm like, oh, how lovely would it be to have a boy, because it's just something completely new to us, and Delilah's gonna love it either way anyway. She's so excited. My next video will be a second trimester update rather than having to remember all these weeks. I think it's just easier to do a second trimester update. That, and my symptoms have definitely lessened lately, so yeah, it just makes sense to just put it all into one, give you a bump update as well, now that bump is definitely growing. Despite the weight loss, the bump is definitely growing. And yeah, just update you all on my symptoms that I've got as of now, because I am actually in the second trimester now as I'm filming this. So yeah. We also have some other exciting content coming on. We've bought a small holding and we'll be knocking an old cottage down, a derelict cottage, and building our dream home from scratch. So if you've enjoyed this and want to be part of it, please subscribe to our channel. I'll leave a link down below so that you can go straight to the page and do that. Thank you so much for watching, we really appreciate it, and we'll see you in our next video.